Hello, this is PamelaTopjian, and today I'm going to talk about your soul's purpose. It's kind of I was going to say it's kind of a hot topic right now, but I fully believe that whatever you are interested in and showing that interest online, that's what the algorithm is going to show more of to you. So some people never even think about their soul's purpose, and other people are almost desperately searching with angst, trying to figure out what their soul purpose is. So it might be a hot topic or not, but everybody is looking for what am I supposed to do in life? You'll hear older people, meaning like around my age. I'll be 59 next month. Um, and I'm recording this in May, but they'll joke about, I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up, and then I also see younger people on platforms, especially like Reddit, saying, younger people meaning like 20s or maybe even 30s, they're really concerned because they don't know what they want to do with the rest of their life, or, they don't know if the path that they're on is going to be the right path for them. So, one thing I have come to realize just recently, actually, is that your soul's purpose is evolving as you do. As you live, go through your life, have experiences, live, learn, grow, evolve through your life, your calling, your soul's purpose changes and evolves with you. So you can always change. It's so different from the world that when I was younger, we were really kind of pushed to know, what do you want to do when you grow up? Pick something that some people would talk about the money, where can I make the most money, and something hopefully that I'm interested in, right? And other people would talk more about, there was a whole movement of follow your bliss, and I think that started in the 70s or the 80s. Which I totally believe in. I don't mean to put that down at all, but it was some people were more like, what can I do that I know I will really love doing and enjoy doing for the rest of my life? So there was always that. Find a good job where you can stay until retirement and you could trust that. And, something that you wanted to do, that you were interested in, that you enjoyed doing. So that was kind of the mindset when I was young. But for my parents, when a one income family was possible, it was it was very much geared towards the men were more looking for how can they make the most money to support their family. That was kind of the mindset then. That has changed. It's changed from when my parents were, young adults to when I was a young adult. And now we're at 2025 now. It's really changed. There are so many more independent people, people who are choosing not to share their income, share their life with a life partner or getting married, but living more independently and not relying on anybody else to sort of share the income for the household, regardless of if they're living with somebody or if they're married. The mindset is more, I need to not only make enough for myself to be independent and financially independent, but also what am I going to enjoy doing? I think that that is becoming more of the mindset these days. And this is where I think a lot of people still are in the mindset of find that one thing, find my soul's purpose, find my life's calling. And I do believe that it's ever evolving. So I have had many jobs and career changes in my life. I started out, so, anybody who follows me anywhere knows that, I was a teen mom. I ended up getting my GED rather than finishing high school. And then I went on to nursing school. But in between that time, before I went to nursing school, I worked at a bakery, working, at retail stores, things like that. Then I worked in daycare centers. I was a live-in nanny for a year, and that was before my marriage, of course. Yeah, daycare centers, apprenticing with a midwife, nursing school, several different aspects of nursing within that nursing career. I've worked in a funeral home for about a year. So, yeah. So I've done a few different things. When I switched from nursing, I went into hypnotherapy, and I've always done kind of pet sitting and house sitting on the side for several years. And now I'm like full-time pet sitting and house sitting. And I did another video about considering stepping away from hypnotherapy. My certification needs to be renewed at the end of this year, and we're in May of 2025. So I'll put that video below because it's really just me sort of talking it through myself, not really sure what I was going to do. But I also have a diploma in integrative healing arts. So that will always be there. So, these are things that are going on in my life right now as far as jobs and careers. But I told somebody yesterday, I recorded with somebody that has a podcast, and I was telling her that I'm at a point in my life that I feel like I've been striving for so long and working hard at finding that soul's purpose and being a little bit disappointed. I was disappointed in nursing, a little bit disappointed with hypnotherapy, and just feeling like, why am I missing these things? Because I really felt like, when hypnotherapy was calling me, which it absolutely was, I got so many different signs and synchronicities and things showing me that this is something I need to do. And so it was confusing to me, like, why am I missing this? Or did I get those signals wrong or something? But I feel like it really is just evolves over time. And so what I was telling this person the other day was that I'm at a point in my life where I kind of want to go with the flow, a little more smooth sailing, just focus on peace in my life and following that bliss, whatever is I'm enjoying doing, keep doing that. And that includes, I have a newer podcast. It's Holistic Connections, Conversations with Holistic Practitioners. It's on podcast platforms, but also as a playlist on this YouTube channel. And so please check it out. But I'm really, really enjoying these conversations I'm having with people, and I'm learning so much too, even though I have a diploma in integrative healing arts, and even though I am a board certified hypnotherapist and even a board certified hypnotic coach. I've got these things and I'm still learning from other holistic practitioners, and I love it so much. I love learning and having people tell me about what they do and talk to me about their passions in life. It's so awesome. So yeah, check it out. But that's not really a career or anything to do with a job or anything like that. But it's something that I love doing. And I'm fortunate enough that I have an awesome partner who he loves his job and he loves what I'm doing and is happy for me when I'm happy doing, whatever I'm doing that makes me happy, he's very happy for me. What I was saying about being fortunate enough is that I don't have the burden of needing to make enough money for this or for that or to live, basically. And I know that that's an issue for a lot of people. And it was for me for a long time too. So luckily I'm able to just, follow my bliss and have a supportive and encouraging husband. The bottom line is that it's always evolving. I do have another video on self-discovery, and I think that there's things in within that video, and I will link it below. So please check out the description, and I will link that below, and it will help you to be aware of or notice those signs and synchronicities and to have that awareness of whatever is calling you. If sometimes we're so much in angst over something that we miss the signs and things that are calling us. We can miss it because we're so anxious about finding something that we don't see it. So I think that some of those tips in that video about self-discovery will help with that. So don't beat yourself up about it if, you felt like this was something you really wanted to do and you try it and you do it for a little while and it's not really what you thought it was, or you didn't turn out loving what it was that you were doing. Even though you felt strongly that this was your calling, and you felt strongly that this was, your purpose in life, it can change. And I think that that's a very good thing. That shows that we're evolving and growing within ourselves, which we don't want to stay stuck somewhere. But if you are loving what you're doing and, you're growing within that field or growing within that modality, um, awesome. Awesome. But don't be surprised and don't beat yourself up if you start moving in a different direction. If your soul, your inner self, your soul, your guides, whatever feels right for you, you know, if it's moving in a different direction or leading down a different path, follow it. As long as it feels right within you and it makes you happy, that's what the following your bliss is all about. As long as it makes you feel good within yourself and you're happy doing it, then that's great. Keep doing that. So that's all I wanted to say is basically, it can evolve and grow and change as you do. And if you have found your soul's purpose or you feel like you have found your soul's purpose, I'd love to hear about it. Please write down in the comments about what you're doing in life and if it's your passion and, how long have you been doing it? And is there a story about finding that soul's purpose? I have a whole story about how hypnotherapy came to me, really, and I was so excited and I was sure this was the thing I was going to be doing the rest of my life as long as I still had my mental capacities and still had my voice. So, yeah, and yeah, let me know. And thank you so much for being here. And if you have watched to the end of this video and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps support the channel. Thank you.